you got me, baby, I got you. Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe. They say our love won't pay the rent before it's earned. Our money's all been spent. I guess that's so we don't have a plot, but at least I'm sure of all the things we got. Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got flowers in the spring. I got you to wear my ring. And when I'm sad, you're a clown. And if I get scared, you're always around. Don't let them say your hair's too long, 'cause I don't care. With you I can't go wrong. Then put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain we can't climb. Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
My name's Roberto Espinosa. This is my lovely bride of nearly 20 years. October 4th, coming up soon. We have a little winery in Highland Valley here in Escondido. And we met Philip and Mary Beth about 10 years ago. As I look around this space, you know, it really warms my heart to see all the love here that people have for Mary Beth and Philip. I know they've done so much hard work in planning to get here today. It's truly a group effort, and this rehearsal is the last thing on the to-do list before the big day. I know Mary Beth and Philip are so happy and grateful to have you all here, and I'm so lucky to get to meet those of you that I haven't met yet and to celebrate as well with everybody that I do know here. Special thanks to Bubba for providing a beautiful venue this evening. And most importantly, raise your glass. Cheers to the back of the house. And all the servers and the musicians, and we couldn't do it without them. When Mary Beth and Philip asked, and Gwen. Well, Gwen isn't so much back of the house. She is her own production company. I incorporated, I don't know, S-Corp. When Philip and Mary Beth asked if we'd be willing to say a few words tonight, there was no hesitation. 10 years, we've shared countless glasses of wine. Amazing dinners, holidays, highs and lows. And with so many memories and history to draw from, I was honored to be asked. Now, honestly, we just discovered ChatGPT. And we figured we'd feed in a few keywords, and voila. Perfect, thought-provoking, emotional, inspiring, thoughtful speech in rhyming iambic pentameter. And we would output it so they would play back in Cher's voice to boot. That was the plan. But as I reflected on the opportunity and a chance to say something, all I could think about was our times together. And Noelle and I, our time in the last 2 decades. And I could only think how lucky we are to be in the relationships that we have today here. And then I thought about how long it took you guys to find each other. I mean, back when you were kids, Could either of you really imagined that it would take all this time for your paths to finally cross and eventually be cemented in marriage? It's a bit of a journey, but it just shows that good things are worth the wait. All those moments of keeping your hearts open and never giving up on the search, committing to the process once you did meet. And they've led you right here to each other where you're meant to be. And now seeing you together today, I have a surge of optimism because, seriously, you guys are the perfect match. You bring out the best in each other, and being around you, it's clear how wonderfully you fit. It's not just about compatibility, it's about commitment, perseverance, and patience. You know, all the grown-up stuff that makes for a lasting marriage. Your journey has a special way of reminding us that good things come to those who wait. So, relish in your love right now and for the rest of your lives. I'll leave you all with a quote from one of my favorite inspirational authors, Leo Buscaglia. Aged love is like aged wine. It becomes more satisfying, more refreshing, more valuable, more appreciated, and more intoxicating. Raise your glasses. Here's to Philip and Mary Beth. Cheers to everybody. Cheers, baby.
I just want to say that Philip was introduced into our lives in 1995. We started out as business acquaintances and quickly developed a strong and magical friendship that has continued for nearly 3 decades. Who could not naturally gravitate towards somebody who is so fun and positive to be around? Naturally, we just began to consider you to be our best friend. Over the years together, we have shared some of the highest of highs, and of course, as life goes, sometimes the opposite. We've shared endless laughter, and we've had a few tears along the journey. You were there for the birth of our 3 children, and we watched your beautiful daughters grow up to become remarkable women and mothers themselves. I could talk for the rest of the night about all the fond memories we've shared over the years, but when I think of the good times, one notable story comes to mind. It was the night you and I were sitting on our balcony in Cabo, watching the cruise ships go by, admiring off in the distance and solving the world's problems. And you were rambling on and on about something that you thought was so idiotic as you reached down and you put the lit end of a cigar in your mouth. I laughed so hard, I nearly wet my pants, and as I went running for the restroom, I blew right through the screen door of the hotel. I would love to see an instant replay of that. Fast forward a handful of years, one night we were having one of our numerous fireside chats out by the fire pit, and you brought up this girl that you had met at Mille Fleurs. You didn't really bring up women that you had met out, so I knew, even though you wouldn't admit it at the time, that she definitely captured your attention. From that day, every time we got together, you mentioned her in some capacity. It wasn't too long before she qualified to meet the friends. I will never forget the night you walked into our house with this absolutely gorgeous, impeccably dressed, red-headed bombshell. Mary Beth, I knew I liked you the minute Philip introduced us. Your warm, beautiful smile was positively contagious. You were outgoing, friendly, inviting, funny, and playful, all wrapped up in a stunning package. Truly, we fell in love with you right from the start. Since that first day, we've had such a blast creating memories together, from that first concert at the fair to dancing our shoes off at Heaven's Waiting Room, otherwise known as Carver's. Beach bonfires, one filled with peep schmores. I still think we should have patented that. Many Michelin quality dinners you have so selflessly prepared for us. We even created our own nightclub in your living room, dancing on the tabletop to Titanium. You've watched our kids grow up into young adults and have always been so uplifting and encouraging to them, and they adore you so much. I can't let it be left unsaid that you gave me a newfound love for the color orange. I simply can't pass by anything orange without thinking of you and it bringing a genuine smile to my face. There was a remarkable, undeniable change in Philip when he started hanging around with you. He had a bounce in his step that we had not witnessed before. He laughed more, he joked more, if that's even possible. He has truly been happier than we've ever seen him. And we are so thankful for the fullness that you've brought into his life. I absolutely believe you two were destined to be together. Having said all this, I'd like to close by saying, Tony and I, along with the love from all your friends and family in this room, let's notarize this engagement and finally close this escrow. Cheers.
Okay. Mine's not so sentimental, I'm sorry. I went from 12 pages to 6 pages to finally 3 pages because these two provide so much material. My goodness. But let me just start with this, and I apologize because I don't have the accent. Dobrodošli svima na extravaganzu Venkanja Filipe e Mary Beth. That is Croatian for welcome everyone to Philip and Mary Beth's wedding extravaganza. Yay! Did I say it right? Well, that was Google Translate, so not sure how accurate it is. So anyway, just to kick this off, I've known Philip for over 25 years. He and I have been in business together, traveled all over. We even climbed Mount Whitney together. Philip was there when my 3 kids were born. But as most of you know, Philip loves fireside chats. Countless nights in the backyard, smoking a cigar and sipping on a nice bourbon. That's Philip. Some of those nights were with my father before he died, toasting Maker's Mark, chatting about the good old days. In good times and bad, Philip is always there. I'm getting choked up, and I never get choked up. That's a Leo for you. When Philip was ready to put himself on the market, he started frequenting a few pubs. To name a few, his venues were Mille Fleurs. Any Mille Fleurians in here? From the good old days? Thank you, thank you. Red Tracton, and of course, the famous Kraken. Man, did we have some good times and lots more stories. During this time, we started hearing about an amazing redhead. In fact, let me tell you the first time I met Mary Beth. Are you ready for this? One Friday night, my phone rings at about 2:30 in the morning. I wake up, see it's Philip. All right, cool. He's ready for an after party. Hey, TP, can you pick me up? I'm at the Kraken. I'm thinking, sure I can. He's being responsible and didn't want to drink and drive. Oh, no. Not Philip. He came up with this great idea. I'm going to take this stunning redhead for a stroll on the beach. Apparently that was his hustle. Forgetting that the valet service where he parked his Corvette closed at 1:30. So I cruise to the Kraken. I see Philip, and with him is Mary Beth. Remind you, first time I've ever met Mary Beth. First thing I think is, dang, Gina. And the first thought in my head was, she's got to be a Leo, right? I roll down the window and say to them, hey, do you kids need a ride home? Lucky for me, Mary Beth lived by us. We pulled up to her home. They both get out, say thanks, and they go inside. I'm like, he just met her. He's got a live one. Rest assured, nothing happened that night. I have to put that in. They were good kids, slept in separate rooms, and text the night away. Well, that's the story they're sticking with. As we all know, being around Mary Beth, her cooking is completely off the chart. When she orchestrates a dinner, she always downplays it, saying, oh, I just threw something together. It's just sushi grade ahi with some sides. Yeah, that's what we all throw together, right? It was in these intimate times that showed us the true Mary Beth, always giving and only the best for her friends. As time passed and their love grew, they moved in together and eventually bought a house. Wow, when they got that house, Mary Beth was in her element. As the ultimate entertainer, they threw countless parties with amazing food and entertainment. One being the famous Leo Lusciousness Client Appreciation Parties. Man, they were epic, completely epic. By the way, do we have any Leos in the house? Woo! We're always loud, sorry about that. So, as you see, their lives and experiences with the moons and the stars aligned brought these two together before us tonight. So to sum this up, who are they? Mary Beth, you are beautiful, you are elegant, kind and compassionate, an author, a real estate guru, the ultimate entertainer, a promoter, a daughter to Bernie, a sister, a partner in crime, loves the color orange, obviously, a perfectionist, a mom to her West Highland Terriers, Mackenzie and Harley, her little real estate assistants. Can't forget the Chicky Chews, Lucy, little Ricky, Fred and Ethel. But most of all, we are all honored to call Mary Beth a Leo. I'm joking, our friend, our dear, dear friend. But more importantly, a wife to Philip, his shine. Philip, yay! Philip, you're one of the smartest people I know. You're a lawyer, a real estate broker, a giver, a servant, loyal, will always be there for you. A comedian, a leg shaker if you haven't noticed, a brother, a son, a father of two amazing girls, one of who's here tonight, a grandfather, and to all of us, a dear friend. I'm honored to call you my best friend. But more importantly, he has a husband to Mary Beth, her shine. Please join me, everybody. Raise your glasses and let's toast these two and let's kick off this fabulous wedding extravaganza.
I've known Mary Beth for 23 years now. And there's something so beautiful about having known someone long term and having them witness so many different versions of you and having them love every version of you unconditionally. So thank you, Mary Beth, for being that friend. You have loved Jeremy and me, and you've loved our children unconditionally. And God knows we have presented many, many versions of us to you. And those who know, know. I met Mary Beth in a real estate transaction, interestingly. We had just moved from Boston, and she was a delight, as she always is. And she was a force, and we were newbies, and we didn't know what we were doing, and California was new, but like Mary Beth always does, she made everything seamless and easy and fun and interesting. And what we didn't expect was that after that transactional experience, it became more than transactional, and we became friends. And before we knew it, we were vacationing together. Before children, we were in Palm Springs, and we were in, I don't know, all these different crazy places, and skiing and mountain biking. We've got some crazy mountain biking stories, don't we, Mary Beth? And but yes, no, and neither was I. We were there to pick up the pieces, weren't we? Yes. But Mary Beth was always solid, and we had our ebb and flows, and I had some very difficult times, but Mary Beth always seemed to find me. And there was one time I'll never forget. We were in, I found myself in an airport in Ohio. No word of a lie. And I got on a plane, and it was late, and I had a cranky baby on my arms, and I was just almost desperate. And I was making my way to the bathroom, and I hear, Hiba, is that you? And I was like, is that Mary Beth? And I was literally the opposite of everything Mary Beth. Haggard, like no makeup, like just leaking everywhere, overweight, just like I did not look like this, you guys. I did not look like this. This was 20 years ago, and I was newly postpartum, and I was desperate, and Mary Beth was there in the airplane, and she was holding my baby, and she was trying to make me feel better. And I was like, where did she come from? Like, does she have these amazing powers to just materialize everywhere? But she did. And we've always been together through thick and thin. And I don't want to belabor this because there's other people who want to speak and things going on, but you really truly know your friends when the shit hits the fan, the proverbial shit hitting the fan. And 3 years ago, that was us, where the most unthinkable things happened. And, you know, they say things happen in threes. And so our things happened in threes, and they were 3 terrible threes. And I don't know. Sometimes I retreat when I'm in my threes, and I just sent Mary Beth a message saying, this is what's going on. And literally within half hour, that's Mary Beth. She was at my doorstep with a full-blown meal, and she's like, this is what you need to do. We need to get you an airline ticket. We need to book you on a trip. Here's what I'm going to do for you. Here's your meal. What do we need to do? Jeremy, what do we need to do? And I was a puddle on the floor, and Mary Beth swooped in and rescued me. And exactly what I said earlier, your friends are always your friends in happy times. I mean, look at us. We're here. We're celebrating. We always go to Mary Beth's parties. We always go to her fundraisers. We always go to the gratitude parties. We always party, Leo parties. I guarantee you, if any of you ever had anything go bad in your life, the first person on your doorstep would be Mary Beth. Always. And I wanted to say so many things, but this is the only thing that I could think of. Like, friendship is only friendship when the worst of the worst happens to you. And the people who are in your corner when the worst happens to you, and they tell you, I will love you no matter what happens to you, no matter who abandons you, no matter how many people are flogging you publicly, I will be there for you. And they are there. Those are your friends. And to Philip, I'm going to tell you one thing. Just remember, when the shit hits the fan, all you have to do is look at your wife and remember, she loves you when she tells you, you should have listened to me when I told you so. I'm sorry, I didn't leave you much time to say anything, but...
No, that was beautiful. Thank you, Hiba. So, I just have a few things to say. Mary Beth, thank you for welcoming us to San Diego and helping us get a footing here. That was like the first interlude that we had together when I didn't know where I was, where is Escondido, where is Rancho Bernardo, where can I afford to buy here? I don't have no idea, but Mary Beth was our compass to help us figure all that out, and we landed in a place that here we are 23 years later with 2 kids and adult kids.
Both of whom she held when they came home from the hospital.
Yep. And
It's impossible. She's only going to be...
She's 20.
I know. How did that happen? I have no idea. But I echo everything that Hiba said. We've had so many wonderful times together up in Mammoth, riding mountain bikes and trying to figure out how do we navigate this crazy place that we live here in California. And beyond that, I think Mary Beth and Philip, as an extension, you are a catalyst for us to meet so many people in this wonderful place that we found ourselves, our second life. We spent half our life in New England and the other half here in Southern California. And we just love everybody that we've met. We love all the experiences that we've had. And we can't say enough about what your friendship means to us. The days we've had drinking wine together and drinking bourbon and just enjoying laughs.
No, not at all.
Those are the real experiences that you have together, the connections that you make, those times that you're just sitting around and really enjoying each other's company. And to me, that's what this is all about, is the company that we keep. And I'm so happy to be here with everybody around us, and I'm so happy for you both. So congratulations.
We love you guys
yes.
so much.
So Philip and I, first of all, would like to thank you guys so much. So many of you have traveled really far to be here with us, and that we can never thank you enough for. I really want to thank, I don't know where they are right now, but I want to thank Chef Davin, who's the executive chef and owner of the Wrench and Rodent. Everybody gives me a shit for that name. The Wrench and the Rodent, the Plot, and the Brine Box, and they're about to open several, and Shooters, and they're about to open a couple more new restaurants. This little whippersnapper right there, he was probably like this big. This is Cash, his son. And Cash Waite is phenomenal. I actually think he's going to try to knock his father off the totem pole as the best sushi guru in San Diego, California. Then there's Chef Willie. Chef Willie is going for his 2-star at Matsu, Michelin star that would be, and Chef Willie's beautiful daughters, one of which just lost a tooth today, which is good luck. She's getting $100 under her pillow. And Chef Willie and Chef Davin, thank you from my heart and Philip's heart. And then there's Chef Scotty, who's only been to 4 weddings in his entire life, and they were his family members. And he flew in from Wisconsin, longtime friend of mine, and I believe he jumped in behind the line and started helping. And then there's Gwen.
We love you, Gwen.
There's Chef Scotty. And he's got the best laugh. And then there's Gwen. And honestly, I don't even know what to say. There's a big old piece of my heart that she owns. And she helped facilitate everything tonight, along with my niece. She's 3 weeks younger than me in one day. And flew in from Buffalo. So you guys, thank you so much. I know all the behind the scenes people, and Billy, who's playing tonight, and Bubba, whose venue this is. And you're going to be my future husband tomorrow. So, and thank you guys for all those toasts. So I love you, right?
Yeah.
That was beautiful. Love all the toasts. And now it's time for the roasts. No, I'm totally kidding. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Jay, and Mary Beth and Philip adopted me a long time ago. I know. She is not old enough to be my mother. She is old enough to be my sister's good friend. I am, first of all, this is about Mary Beth Kellee and Philip Fredrickson, or as we know them on the table, MBK and Perft. Thank you for that lighting abbreviation. Mary Beth and Philip, as we've all heard tonight, I don't know, sometimes you know one better than the other. Some of you know them as a couple. But to me, they emphasize what love can feel like when it sees no gender, no skin color, no age. They are walking angels. For me, they enter my life in times of great highs, and were there. And like many of you, they were the first people there when things got tough. They are what I like to call family of choice. Many of us are lucky to have incredible blood family members who are our ride or dies. And at times, we may not have that. And that's where your family of choice comes in and steps up and fills in the gaps. And for me, that's been Philip and Mary Beth. I think you can all feel the love that's in this room. Because if you've been fortunate enough to be invited here, that at some point in your life has crossed paths with either one of them or maybe both of them. And on that special occasion, they said or did that one thing that you'll never forget. And so while the big event is tomorrow, many of us have always seen them as the perfect couple. And so tomorrow will be a beautiful festive day where we get to celebrate their love, take tons of pictures. But beyond that, I always see them as relationship goals. That being said, I'm looking for a 619 boyfriend, hopefully husband one day. Now the marriage equality is still legal, so if you know anyone, please let me know. Thank you, Mary Beth and Philip.
I just wanted to tell you something interesting, how Mary Beth and I met. I used to own a boutique in San Diego in the Gaslamp district. And she walked in and she was wearing this amazing cross. And I don't know why I took the cross and I said, may I, into my hand. And then I said, kako ste, to her. And I just had goosebumps. I said, I recognize this. This is from where I'm from. And she just was stunned. And she had like tears, and we both like had goosebumps and tears in our eyes. And it was just such an incredible moment. And I don't know where it came from, but she walked in, and she was meant to walk in, and we were meant to meet. And that was like, what was it, 15 years ago or something like that? And whatever you guys have said about Mary Beth, it's the truth. She's the biggest cheerleader to everybody that she knows. She's the biggest help if she can. And I feel blessed to know you. I don't know Philip very well, but if you have chosen him, I know that he must be special. So, and I'm looking forward to know him better because, you know, like we are going to make the effort because I live in Los Angeles now. But I am very privileged that from all people and designers that you have chosen, you chose me. And I feel that, first of all, none of my brides have ever divorced. Woo! Important.
Wow.
So, and I feel like when I design, I really love to put I believe in positivity and positive energy, and I like to put like a prayer into my designs. And people always tell me how special they feel when they wear something of mine. And I feel so privileged that God has given me this gift and I can share it with you guys. And I'm so looking forward to see you in your splendor tomorrow. Thank you again for having me.
So, Mary Beth, if nobody knows this, is my aunt. She is, yes, 3 weeks and 1 day older than I am. We will both turn 40 this month, so, you know, just as long as you people realize that. I'm okay with my age, but not so much. It has been an honor and a privilege to reconnect after so many tumultuous on and off years with this wonderful woman who has taken us and my daughter and my granddaughter. Everybody knows Jaden. Give her a round of applause. We love you. I wish the whole family was here, but we all know that this is family. This is who counts. This is what matters, and we love both of you. Philip, I love you. I can't wait to really call you my uncle. I know. But thank you very much for all your hospitality and for showing your love to my aunt as much as she showed, I'm sure, all of you people, her love and her understanding of everybody in this room. We appreciate you coming, and we hope you have a wonderful time tonight and a great time tomorrow. Let's not forget about Friday or Saturday or the rest of this Leo luscious month. Although I am a Virgo, so, you know, I'm sorry. Okay. Woohoo, let's hear it for us Virgos. All right, so thank you. We love you, and we appreciate your hospitality while we're here. We wish that we can always return the favor. Mwah.